Question everything. So yeah, I don't like to advocate for none of these wealthy and rich people, none of these celebrities and none of that for nowhere. I'm just not dealing with the Baphomet goat god worshippers and these celebrity oath takers to the Freemason regimes and so on. So I'm not with that. But at the end of the day, you see Young Thug is on trial for RICO charges. Him and this rap band or crew, however you want to say it. They're calling them a game, so it is what it is. My thing is this. Why are they always trying to demonize our men and our people as these dangerous gang members and street thugs on a regular? But at the same time, KKK is an organization that terrorized our people for years, if not hundreds of years, here in America, here in the United States, with an open track record of terrorism on our people. But yet still they have an organization. Yet still they haven't been dismantled, chased down, and locked away based off of conspiracy and many different RICO charges that they can bring up against them that actually can be proven for what they have done to our people. They're not under attack. They have an organization where they're still recruiting people to this day in the United States as they talk about our children and our young adults being gang members. But they're openly hated our people and terrorized our people for voting, going to school, you name it, for years. For years. Came and burnt down communities, burnt down businesses, came to different police departments and took us right out of the police department. Allegedly, you got to say it that way because, even though it's stuff you can find yourself, they flag the videos that I make. But at the end of the day, these are real realities that has happened to us. Where all sorts of flocks of life, occupations of life was under those sheets, chasing our people down. And yet still, they still have an organization to this day. Not to mention the many other white militias and colonized militias that's out there right now as we speak, training in woods and everywhere else with their automatics. But we're talking about our people who don't got a history of doing really anything to no nation. You can't pull up no real track record of us doing anything other than being victimized and demonized right here in America by white supremacy. And let's not separate the two, the colonizers. Because at the end of the day, it was one whole nation against our nation. The nation that invaded us was against our nation and still is against our nation to this day. And you only know this because they haven't given you reparations. You only know this because they haven't given you a bill passed against hate crimes still to this day, even though hate crimes has jumped 1,000-fold against you as the Aboriginal Negroes of America. So they still maintaining your oppression. They still maintaining their hatred against you. This is just the reality. They even did a actual test, a social experiment on two different people being blind. A colonizer being blind walking down the street and a brother being blind walking down the street, Aboriginal Negro. And you seen how they treated the brother for being blind walking down the street. This is just the reality to how much hatred is here in America. But yet still, we make the biggest news out of all the nations here. This only got something to do with the fact that this is the colonizers' news and colonizer media is the ones who actually invaded the country, who actually inherited our suffering and are maintaining our oppression to this day. So they utilize their airwaves to demonize our people to the fullest while they keep their crimes and keep their atrocities quiet as kept to themselves, swept up under the rug, as you would say, because it's their own people. So you don't see what they're doing. You have to read what they're doing through the actual documents and the census of who's getting arrested the most and who's doing more crimes the most, because they're not going to publicize it. So with that stated, every time you think about a gang member in the country that looks like me, you better think 3 to 4 to 10 times about the gang members that look like the colonizers, because they are protected in this country. You better think 10 and 12 times about the KKKs and the white militias, because they are protected in this country. There are way more dangerous people in this country than Young Thug, and you best to believe that. For I just don't get it, and I just don't understand it. For that is the question. You let me know. Peace, peace.